Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer, presented by Italiancitizenshipassistance.com as well as ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com. Of course, we are back at it again with Italian attorney Marco Permunian, and I am Rafael Di Furia. And in this episode, we wanted to ask Marco the question, how do you properly translate and certify documents for use in Italy to get Italian citizenship?
When it comes to applying for Italian citizenship by descent through an Italian consulate in the US, your documents will need to be translated, but the consulate will accept regular, plain translations as long as the documents are in English. That is because the consulate of Italy, as part of processing your citizenship application, will also take care of certifying your translations into Italian. So in short, you need to make sure that your documents are translated by a professional translator, but you don't need to provide the consulate with certified translations. On the other hand, if your documents did not originate in the US, for example, if you have documents from South America, then the Italian consulate in the US will need to have certified translations before accepting the documents. So for example, say you got documents from Argentina, then you need to make sure that the translations were certified in Argentina. So the translations from Spanish into Italian will need to be certified in the country where the documents came from before you can present those documents to the consulate of Italy in the US. When it comes to the documents themselves, if they are documents that originated in the US, then they need to be apostilled. Italy and the US are both part of the International Convention on the Apostilles. Therefore, it is sufficient to certify your documents through an apostille, which is a document that is issued by the Secretary of State of the state in which the document itself was issued. On the other hand, if your documents come from outside of the US, if the country where the documents come from is part of the Hague Convention on Apostilles, then you will need to get the apostilles from the country in which the documents were issued. But if the country in which the documents were issued is not part of the Hague Convention, then you need to obtain the necessary legalization and certifications according to the laws of the state of the country. So, for example, it could be necessary that you get the vital record documents certified by the Ministry of Interior or by the Ministry of Interior. It depends on the rules of that specific country. When it comes to applications filed through Italian municipalities or through an Italian court, the same rules regarding the certification of the documents apply. However, there are different rules regarding the certification of the translations, meaning that all translations of all documents submitted to an Italian municipality or an Italian court need to be certified prior to the submission of the application. And the certification of the translations can happen in three different ways. You can certify your translations before an Italian notary public. You can certify your translations before a US notary public, or you can certify the translations through the Italian embassy or consulate in the country where the documents originated. Or finally, you can certify your translations by using an Italian court.
Well, thank you so much, Marco, for shedding light on this topic and answering the question of the episode. And of course, if you're interested in more like this, be sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel as well as the audio-only podcast. But of course, if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, that means you're also automatically subscribed to the Italian Citizenship podcast as well as the Italian Real Estate podcast, where we dive even further into these topics. A big thanks again to Italian attorney Marco Permunian to making yourself available for this episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer. I'm Rafael Di Furia. This has been presented by Italian Citizenship Assistance and ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com, and we'll see you all next time. Later.
Thank you.